Laura Ray, and today we're going to test out some new makeup. Is this makeup worth it? There are so many products coming out right now, and most of us just want to purchase them if they're going to either offer a better experience or be a better quality product than what we already have at home. So what I'm going to do today is put on some new makeup with you and come back maybe 10 hours later after school and show you how it held up all day. Before I started the video about 30 minutes ago, I put on the Natrium Multi-Peptide Moisturizer. I love this so far. I had no skin reaction to it. It felt very calming on my skin. I had heard some really good things about this, and I love the Natrium, the retinaldehyde that I've been using. And so this is just wonderful as far as it's not too thick, not too thin, seems to sink into the skin quickly. And like I said, it's a multi-peptide, so it offers a lot of ingredients that are great for mature skin. So I'm loving it so far. I like this pump too. It's easy to dispense. It's not messy. So I did put that on, but I haven't put on my eye cream yet. And I'm using the Kiehl's. I talked about this in a video recently. This is such a unique formula because it looks so thick. And when you apply it to the skin, I'm going to put some here, it looks very thick. Like, wow, that's going to take a while to rub in. And then all of a sudden, the texture changes. And it starts melting in and feeling almost like water, which is really incredible to me. But this is very relaxing, and I have to say I was going through a really rough period with my under eyes due to the weather and allergies. We had so much pollen here in North Florida. This is one of those products where I use it and immediately go, wow, this is a keeper. This is like something that I'll always want to purchase. And when I talked about it recently, a lot of you said the same thing. You said, oh my gosh, Laura, that's the best eye cream ever. I've been using it so long. So this isn't a new product, but it's new to me and I'm really enjoying it. I bought the new Hydra Boost lip oil from Neutrogena. I'll be putting that on my lips while I'm putting on the makeup. Now I noticed right away, many of you have tried the NYX fat oil, and I noticed right away this is so much thinner than that, not sticky at all, and feels more like a lip gloss. So we'll see how that goes. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It's supposed to make your lips smoother. I like the look of it, but with all these lip oils, I question immediately when I test them the longevity. Is this going to last very long on my lips or be something that's just going to dissipate very quickly? So we will see. The verdict's still out. Let's go ahead and apply the new Almay Skin Perfecting Hydrating Tint. When I heard hydrating, I thought, ooh, that might be good for my skin. I have patches where my skin is a little dry, other places where I'm more oily. I am more combination skin than anything. If you're trying to see if this will work for your skin, I want you to know what I have. And so I still have an oily T-zone. This is in the shade 130 Sand. And I'm usually at the end of the light foundations, or maybe the first one in the medium section. So again, if you're trying to color match and see if I am similar to you, that's where my skin falls. Wow, I love the look immediately. It really took away. You can see a difference between here and here. It really took away the redness. I've always had a little bit of pink to my skin. And I'm not going to go under the eye because I have a new concealer I want to test out too. And I just feel with these very thin products, I was trying to apply them with brushes and with sponges. I find that a lot of them work better and look better and don't get in the pores if you use your fingers. So that's why I'm using fingers today. But the longer that I test these products, I do try pretty much every method to see if there is a better way to apply it than with my fingers. I do love brushes. And I find there's a lot less waste if I use my fingers too. What I'm curious about, I had a blemish here, or an outbreak, a reaction to something. I'm wondering how this will cover around the nose where I get more redness. We may need to use a little concealer. Now this also seems to me so far like a product you could layer, unlike a regular foundation where it might start caking up or pilling up. This seems like something, it feels a lot like I'm putting moisturizer on. So I feel like this would be a good product that would layer in areas where you might need a little more coverage. Now I want to say it comes in a pretty small tube. It's 0.94 ounces. Maybe it just seems small because it's a squeezy tube and not in a big bottle like some of them come in. There's a lot of ways sometimes with packaging where the product seems like there's so much, and then you look at the ounces and there's really not that much in it. It's just more about the size of the packaging. I'm just going to blend some onto the neck so I match a little better. Well, I'm noticing right away that I'm liking this. It feels wet on my skin, so it doesn't seem to dry down fast. We'll see how I feel, by the time we're done putting the makeup on. I'm going to put a little more here. It doesn't appear to be puddling in the pore area. I definitely see my pores a little more maybe than I do with something that is a little slightly more matte than this. I do see a little bit of capillary and redness still here, but it definitely took it down. I don't see it collecting in any of my lines. I don't see it collecting here or in here, and I don't see it collecting around the mouth. I definitely have some lip lines there, and some foundations I've had to get away from because they accentuate that area. So I really like the look. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, but I like the amount of glow that I'm getting from it. I think it looks really healthy. I have some shine, but I think when I put the other products on that I'm going to put on, it'll take that down. I wanted to mention that I'm not going to put any powder on today because when I do these wear tests, a lot of women don't wear powder and they want to know, how will this product hold up without powder? My test when I do these videos is to not wear any powder, except maybe if I've put blush or bronzer on and that happens to be a powder, but no kind of translucent powder or anything, because that could really increase the longevity, and a lot of women don't wear powder. So let's go ahead and try a new bronzer. Physicians Formula sent this one to me. It's their Mineral Wear Diamond Bronzer. And I have to say, I think the packaging is really pretty. It looks like a diamond. It is plastic, but it's heavier and sturdier than others that I've tried, like the Milani. I love their bronzer, but the packaging is a lot more lightweight and thinner. This is a little heavier, and they even have like a smoky part to it here. So I think they put a little extra effort into the packaging. Let's go ahead. I'm going to use this It airbrush. I bought this because I feel like I have a dupe for it. So I'm going to use this today. I'm testing this out. And I'm just going to go right into the bronzer. By the way, this is not a powder. When I first saw it, I thought it was a powder. And then once I opened it, I realized it was a cream bronzer. And this is the shade Bronze Gem. And what I like about this, it says for extra sensitive skin or breakout prone skin. And it's talc free. I don't notice any smell at all. I cannot use the butter products. They're too scented for me, and it just bothers my sinuses. It's not so much even my skin. I will get plugged up from the smell, just like I do from a lot of cleaning products. I have to be careful what I clean with in my house. Otherwise, I get all stopped up and it's very uncomfortable. Well, I am loving this. I think it's really beautiful so far. I'm going to bring it down to the neck. Let's put a little bit more. Now, most days, if I weren't testing out products, I would just wear this to school, and this would be my blush. I wouldn't put anything else on, but we're going to try out a new product that is so controversial. I've just heard so many different things about it. I ordered from the company. I ordered from Milk Makeup this brand new cooling water jelly tint. I bought 2 shades of this controversial product. I bought Burst and Chill. And I think we're going to try Chill. Now, to let you know, this is more than a blush. It's meant for your lips. But I have tried this shade, Burst, and I did not like the taste that I was getting from the product. It was bothering me. So I'll take a hit for the team and show it to you today. But personally, I would not want to wear it on my lips. But I think I'm going to use a lip brush instead of like drawing right on the lips, and maybe that'll be a little bit better. But what I've heard from other people that have used this, I've used the Burst, I haven't used the shade yet. It's better not to draw on the skin, that they've had more success sort of just going into the product and pouncing it like this onto the cheeks. So this stuff stains, and I don't want to stain my new brush. I'm going to use the BK Beauty 108. I love this brush for many things, but I know how well this brush works. So let's go ahead with that. Now this seems to be so much better applying it this way. When I drew it on my skin, it was very hard to blend out. I found that it looked very patchy, and I was not happy with that. So this, if you do decide you want to try it, is the way to apply it, at least in my opinion. Now that does look very natural. It looks like this is my skin. I think it looks really nice. Much better than it looked when I did it the other way. So the main test for me, you're not really getting that cool jelly experience applying it that way. It just felt like I was putting, really I couldn't even feel it. At the most, a water texture. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to wipe off my lips and let's put it on the lips and see how it looks. Now my lips are very hydrated. One of the comments that I heard from people is that this felt extremely drying on the lips, which is not good for mature lips for sure. I'm going to take a lip brush I have. This is a Delium lip brush. It's on a slant. It's really easy to work with. Let's see if it'll work with this stain. Seems like it's very hard to get the product on the brush and get color. Yeah, I'm not able to get much on the brush because of the texture of the product. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on my lips like a lipstick. Let's try dabbing it. I think the color looks nice. It does feel like I just wiped water across my lips. But it does look very natural. When I tried it before, I don't think I had had lip balm or lip oil on my lips before I applied it, and it didn't apply as well. So if you were wanting to try it on your lips, I would definitely recommend having some kind of hydrating product on first to make it glide across the lips easier. Next, I want to try this highlighter I bought from Jason Wu. Now, this is not new on the market, but it's new to me, so I wanted to put it in the video. Look at the luminosity on this. I just think it looks like a unicorn. This is supposed to be a beautiful highlight. And I'm just going to draw it right on the skin. This, I see a lot of pink, but it looks pretty. I like it. Revlon's come out with a brand new color stay liner. It's called their Multiplayer. It's a liquid gel eye pencil. It has a brush, a regular makeup brush on the end of the stick. This one's called Glitch Effect, number 403. I bought this one and then I bought a brown one. This is supposed to really glide on the eyes beautifully and be waterproof, long-lasting. So I decided not to bother with eyeshadow today and just do the liner. Wow, I don't think I've ever felt an eye pencil glide like that. That is amazing. They have put something in there to make it glide better than usual. And I'm taking my BK Beauty 208 brush and just blending, but let's try their brush because most people wouldn't have the 208. If I tip it on the side, it really did give me a little lift there. And then once this sets, it's supposed to just really set up. I like this color. It's got some sparkle to it. Let's see how it looks in the hand. Oh yeah. This is like a metal color with sparkle in it. So really pretty. I think I'm going to put just a little thicker line since I don't have shadow on today. And then I can just sort of smudge it out and have a little bit of a smoky look. Yeah, I really like the look of that. Let's finish up the other eye. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit in the outer third on the bottom lash line. Well, I really love it. I love that it has that little bit of sparkle to it. I think it's really pretty. The shade is gorgeous. Loving that, something different that I don't have on my collection. The look of it to me is like something you would see from Urban Decay, like they're 24/7. Now we're going to go in with a brand new mascara from Wet n Wild. They're So Defined. I have found a couple of mascaras over the years that I've liked from Wet n Wild, but most of them I do not. So I'm very curious how this one is going to work. It says it's volumizing and defining. So we're supposed to get more volume than length from this. Let's take a look at the brush. Now it's plastic, very long, and it's got a slight curve to it. So that I would think would grab those lashes well. Let's give it a try. The formula feels pretty wet. Of course, this is a brand new tube I've never used before. And I am liking the brush so far. I am able to easily grab the lashes and get them coated. Try the brush this way. I did get a little bit here on the lid, and I don't usually get mascara on my lids, but that happens sometimes, so I'm just taking it off with a Q-tip. So far, I'm liking the way my lashes are looking. Let's take a look. My lashes aren't great, so I think this makes them look pretty good. There's maybe a little bit of clumping here, but not bad. And like I said, I just opened the packaging, so it's might be one of those mascaras too that over time gets even better because it's not quite as liquidy. Again, I got some on my lid, so we'll see how this works. I'm not going to put any on the lower lashes. The last product we're going to try out is the brand new Lancome concealer. This is their serum concealer. What I noticed between this and their other concealer they have is that this seems more serum-like, gives you more time to play with it. I did not like the other Lancome concealer that I bought because it dried down so fast and it made my under eyes look worse. They just look so dry. But this I've tried out already and it didn't seem to do that at all. So a little spoiler on that. Let's go ahead and apply some in here. This is the shade 305N. And I'm going to take that IT brush. This side is meant for concealer and just sort of tap it in. And I didn't buy such a light shade. I wanted something more my own skin tone where it would blend and not be so much a brightener. That looks really nice. Let's try the other side. Let's look at the two sides. Now let's try this side. I'm also going to put some on that in a little here. Sometimes I have reactions to products I'm testing out. My skin is very sensitive. I remember going to the dermatologist and he says, I recommend you not wearing makeup for a few days or however long, couple of weeks. And I said, you got to be kidding me. I said, that's not going to happen. There, that looks really nice. I'm also going to put a little bit around the nose. Now this is allergy season. There's so much pollen in the air right now, so we'll see if I can keep product under my nose. It's really hard for me. I am loving this brush though. This side, this is called the precision side of this IT brush, is really nice. All right, so there you go. Those are all the products I'm testing out today. What are you most curious about? I'm very curious if this blush is going to hold up. I'm so much happier with the way it looks than the first time I used it. I thought I had wasted my money. And these are not cheap. I think they were around $24 each. So altogether, I spent almost $60 just ordering these two to test out. So it's a lot of money. I want them to work. I'm hoping they will work. But I've heard such mixed reviews, and when I wore it the first time, I didn't like how patchy it was applying it right directly on the skin. So we'll see. The lips aren't as bright as I would like them. What we could do, let's do this. Let's put on the Burst because it's more red, and let's see how that looks on top. This looks pretty, this shade, but I would like something a little bit more. So let's try this. All right, that's better. I like having a little bit more color because I'm going to be drinking water today and I don't want it to all wear off quickly. So we'll give it a better chance having a little more of an intense color. It's 6:04 in the morning. I'll probably get home around 4:30 or so. So I'll come in the room then and we'll take a look and see how the makeup did. It's 4:24 in the afternoon. I'm back from school. Let's see what happened with the makeup. We'll start off first with the Almay Skin Perfecting Hydrating Tint. Let's take a look at how my skin looks. Well, I think it looks pretty awesome as far as the wear of everything. I don't see anything collecting in my lines of my forehead. That's my deepest lines that I have, and it's not collecting there. That's always a great sign, and that means it's probably not collecting on the rest of the face. I see like my foundation is still covering some red areas, and even that little bump I have here is still covered. Of course, I used the concealer, the Lancome, so let's talk about that too. I'm looking in the under eyes. It doesn't look very dark. Looking good. I see that this red bump that was really red, it was either a reaction to something or acne. I've been putting those hydrocolloid patches on it, but look at how great that looks. It's really covered. I had a little redness here that I covered. That I'm very impressed. I did not like the first Lancome concealer that was similar to this, that isn't the serum. It dried so quickly, like I was saying, and I just had no success with it. But this is pretty awesome. I'm really impressed. Now let's go on to the most controversial product here, and that's these milk blushes, the milk jelly tints. Well, I can still see the tint. It's not really strong, but I can still see it. I didn't put it on very heavy to begin with. Now my lips, I've had so much to eat. I brushed my teeth. I wouldn't expect anything to hold up to that, but I still see a stain. Look at the stain on my lips. That's not my lip color. Now, one thing I will caution you, I don't have dry lips. I love putting lip products on, but I've never really had dry lips, probably from living in Florida. It's so humid here. You rarely hear people complain about having dry lips. Well, this is not something that's friendly to dry lips. Right now, my lips do feel a little bit dry, and they normally don't because I have some kind of lipstick or gloss on them. So you're definitely not going to get that hydrated feel you get from wearing regular lipstick, lip balm, lip gloss, or any of that. What I think is this is a good base for putting underneath a gloss or something to give you extra color, extra longevity. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think of the blush. I like it better than I did initially. Initially, I was going to say, don't buy it. Pass it up because it looks so patchy. But with applying it with the brush, that really made it look different. I'm glad because now I don't feel like I wasted my money, at least. I can make it work. But it's not as strong right now as other cream products that I use. I think they last better. But this is very natural looking. Now let's talk about the bronzer. I love this, and I still see, if you look here, that I have bronzer. And I think I look pretty bronze overall. So I feel like this lasted beautifully. I love the way it applied. I love the way it feels. It's very silky feeling and not sticky feeling. A lot of these creams will feel either heavy or a little bit tacky or sticky. This has got a very smooth feeling to it. I mean, your finger just glides. Look at my finger gliding on the pan. And then it has a real moisturizer kind of feel to it. So this is one of my star products from this video. Let's finish up the face with talking about this highlighter from Jason Wu. I still see so much highlighter. It really lasted, and I actually like the way it looks better now than when I first put it on. I like a very natural, soft highlight, and when I first put it on, I thought, whoa, this might be a little too much for me. But look at how nice it looks once it's mixed with my skin, the oil in it, the humidity. It's very humid outside today and very foggy. So there was a lot of moisture in the air. So I really think it looks beautiful. If you're looking for something in like an opal shade, I think this is a really good choice. The eyeliner. I am crazy about this shade. I can't wait to try the other one that I bought. I bought a different shade I'll share with you in another video. When I looked at my eyes this afternoon, I saw that it looked like all of the liner was there. Maybe a little bit had worn off in the corner of the eye here where I did a little flick, but there wasn't much product there. But if you look at the lids, all of the liner is still there. I just love the way that this glides on the eyes. It glides so smooth. I don't think I've ever tried a liner this smooth. Just really look again at this as I draw in my hand. Watch this. It just goes so smooth. I hope that comes across, but I'm very impressed with this liner. Let's talk about the Wet n Wild So Defined Mascara. I'm also impressed with this. I have to admit, I had another day where something came up with my mom and I teared up for a couple of minutes and I had tears and I thought this mascara is going to be all over the place, and it wasn't. So it held up. The other thing is I did not curl my lashes, and look at how they're coming up. That's not normal for me unless it's like a curling mascara or I take my fingers and hold them up like this. That's another trick you can do, is you can put on your mascara, take your finger and just hold it here for 30 seconds or so and then let go and they'll stick up. Well, this did it on its own. So I think for an affordable mascara like this, I know it's under $10. I think Wet n Wild hit a home run. I think my stinker of the video would be this one. I love Neutrogena and I love the feel of this. But what I have to say is the other day I tried it, and within a very short period of time, it was gone off my lips. It did not stay on well. And again, let me put this on again so you can see. It really is very beautiful. It has a nice finish to it. It's not sticky, but my problem with it is it wore off quickly. I paid $14.59 for this lip oil. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of product here. And if I'm going to pay that much for a lip oil, I want it to last a few hours. I want it to really stay on, hydrate my lips. I found once it wore off, my lips didn't feel that hydrated. I definitely wanted to put something else on or put another coat of it on. So I don't think this would last very long. And when I think of this compared with like City Lips or other things that I've tried, I feel like they work much better. The fat oil from NYX stays on much, much longer. So I would say this is one that I would pass on. Let me know in the comments if this jelly tint that is so viral and sold out most of the time, if it's something you're interested in, or is it a pass for you? How did you think it looked and wore on my skin over the day? I would love to hear your comments. I always look forward to hearing from you. I hope you will have a blessed week. I love you all so much. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.